Hi and welcome to Storytime. Thank you for joining us this week. It's really kind of you to spend some time to enjoy a little book with us. This week's book is Victoria and the Valiant Adventure. So this is a little bit different. It's not necessarily one of those books that is a top bestseller, but I found this when I was hunting around for some cool new stories, and it's actually got quite a cool little story to it. The illustrations are amazing, so I really hope you're going to enjoy them when we see them going along. And there's a nice little bit at the end as well, which is a little bit different, but in theme with some of our other story times. So this week's story is written by Katie Hewitt and illustrated by Mikey Klensky, I believe. So I'm going to put them up close so everyone can see their names. They're right at the bottom, quite small, so hopefully you can see that, and hopefully I didn't ruin them too much. But I hope you enjoy this little adventure. I really love this book. I really enjoy reading it, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it. We'll stop and have a look at some of the illustrations because they are, as I say, really stunning. Just the cover alone, actually, if I just bring it up quite close, the level of detail, especially on Victoria's outfit, and then the little bunny in the bush down here as well. There's so much to look at. So let's get started. Victoria and the Valiant Adventure. I love hiking and camping on wide open spaces, travelling and learning and finding new places. I dream of adventures, to tour the unknown, to blaze a new trail and do it alone. I'm setting out today for a hill out the back. I'll do it alone and I'll take my rucksack. With hiking boots, jeans and a long sleeve shirt, I know I'll be safe from being bitten or burnt. I'll check I have all I need out there alone. Water, food, first aid kit, compass and phone. It's time to get going. Oh, what a thrill. I wave goodbye and set off to the hill. It's so very calm and peaceful out here. Sounds that are lovely, air fresh and clear. Wherever I look, there is magic to find. Butterflies, nests and tracks of all kinds. Soon I come to a beautiful creek. It's too deep to cross. The options look bleak. I find some small logs to tie side by side. I hope for the best and hop on for the ride. I float down the stream in the soothing warm breeze and listen to birds singing up in the trees. After checking my map, I head to the shore. I dismantle my raft and start trekking once more. This adventure's amazing. Today is the best. There's been lots of exploring, but it's time for a rest. Although I'm tired, this journey's no chore. I look all around and it makes my heart sore. On I continue to have some more fun. Then I spy a lizard that's out in the sun. A little while later, I spot a dark cave. I take a deep breath and remember I'm brave. It's huge and it's dark, but look what I found. Rock formations coming out of the ground. The cave looks exquisite in the light's mellow glow. I can't wait to find out how these giant rocks grow. Once outside the cave, I hear an odd sound. I freeze like a statue, looking down at the ground. There is a snake moving faster than lightning. I know to keep calm, but it's still a bit frightening. She slithers away, and it's back to my quest, through overgrown bushes, and I need a rest. My energy's low, not much left in store, but the end is in sight, so I push a bit more. Then finally, I've made it. I've reached the top. I step over the crest and come to a stop. I see a valley that's lush, bright and green. The most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. As I sit at the peak and look out in awe, I glimpse a new place that I'd like to explore. I knew it would happen. I knew I could do it. I'll never give up once I set my mind to it. That's the story of Victoria and her valiant adventure. What's special about this book is that it actually includes a really cool section at the back here, which we're just going to go through, of the women who inspired Victoria. Victoria dreamed of an adventure, to hike to the tops of mountains and look at the world from a different angle, to enter into the unknown, to see what she could discover, to set off on her own path by following both her compass and her heart. Some of the incredible women who made Victoria's triumph possible are shared with you below. These brave, determined and resourceful adventurers always pushed themselves and more often than not realised they had no limits as they embarked on their thrilling journeys. So we're going to go over some of these, or as many as possible. And then we're going to go back and have a look at a couple of the pictures, because not only are there some really cool things that you may not have spotted, but I won't do all of them, so we'll give them all away. Especially if you would like to have a copy of Victoria's Valiant Adventure in your own home library, or if you would like to borrow one from your local library. And there's always the option to have a look online and see if you can get a copy secondhand. Remember, rehome a book. They all need to be loved. This one though, I actually bought for about £2, so they're quite cheap, so it's pretty good. But yeah, we're going to go back and play a game of how much braver is Victoria than Emma, because there is definitely some points of the things that she did, and I'm like, that wouldn't be me. But it's good to have someone to know and someone to aspire to actually hear what they did. So here's some of the people who inspired Victoria. Janine Barrett, who lived from the 27th of July 1740 to the 5th of August 1805 in France. Not one to let a little thing like gender stand in her way, expert botanist, Janine disguised herself as a man and called herself John to join Louis Antoine de... Oh dear, Emma and names. No, this is not a good mix. Bougainville. Okay, right. I think it's right. Louis Antoine de Bougainville scientific expedition to explore the South Pacific. She did not only use her botany skills to help discover and classify hundreds of species on her travels. Her participation in the expedition meant that Janine became the first woman to sail around the globe. So, I'm very sorry, Louis and Janine, for not being able to check the name. I apologise. But I did not know that, so that's really cool. That was something I did learn through this book, that I did not know that she was the first woman to sail around the globe, which is really, really cool. Isabella Bird, who lived between 1831 and 1904 in the UK. Isabella developed her love of travel from a young age after she was urged to embrace the outdoors to heal a variety of ailments. She took her first sea voyage in 1854 to the United States. From there, she continued to travel the world, documenting her life through her writing and photography. Not only did she brave wild rivers in China, trek through Tibetan mountains, made almost impassable by snow, and ride through dangerous country in Colorado, where bandits frequently robbed travellers. Isabella also ventured to places where it was unheard of for women to travel to at the time, and she did all of it while dressing practically and often refusing to ride side saddle, a most subservient act of the 1800s. I'll read out the other people, and I definitely urge you to look these up, because I think it's an amazing mix. There's definitely some people we've heard of before. So this is like in theme with the other books where we've celebrated different women who have achieved amazing things. So like Amelia Earhart as well. We've definitely talked about her before. There's Gertrude Bell. Some of these have got quotes. So Gertrude Bell's quote is, "It's so nice to be a spoke in the wheel, one that helps turn, not just one that hinders." Gertrude is from the UK as well. And I'll read out her one. It's quite cool actually. Gertrude was the first woman to graduate from modern history at Oxford University. She spent the next 10 years travelling the world. Gertrude used her time to conquer mountains, including Meiji. Oh no. I think I need to have some lessons on, world culture. And Mont Blanc. Mastered 6 languages and studied archaeology. Not only did Gertrude write numerous books detailing her adventures, she put her considerable language and political and history skills to use for the British government in the Middle East during World War I, and in diplomatic service helping to establish the nation of Iraq. The other countries that are kind of covered is like the United States, Japan, Australia. There's such a mix of good people here. So yeah, definitely. Let me hold this close so you guys can have a little look at this. Hopefully you can see some of them. But we'll go back and we'll check out some of these pictures. So one point where Victoria is way more brave than me is definitely when she stopped for a rest, because any eagle-eyed viewers would have seen that or if we're going in the middle, on top of her backpack, her rucksack, sorry, is a giant spider. That would have been cause for me to turn around and go home straight away. The other things that I thought, despite the cave being absolutely beautiful, and if you look really closely up here, you'll see some little sleeping bats, which is super cute. But they're all just kind of hanging out in there. But she went in. I would never go in, not on my own. I wouldn't be brave enough. So definitely very inspiring. I like that she had everything she needed in her backpack, like she's got her map out, so she's always vigilant where she is. This is a nice page though, where she's resting for an apple, because it does hark back to the cover, because the bunny is still there. So that's quite cute. And then also, how she made her own raft. How cool is that? I think it's brilliant. I think that Victoria is a brilliant story for anyone who is looking to find a little bit of inspiration for themselves or to inspire someone else. It's actually part of, like I said before, part of the group We Are Girls, which is a whole range. And they actually encourage they encourage girls to go and read it. So it actually says on the back, empower your daughter, niece, sister or friend to explore her dreams, contemplate where she's going and realise the unlimited possibilities of what she can be. Every girl has a story to tell, find your voice and share yours. And I think that's just such a powerful message. And I'm so happy to get to share that with you, both me and Pooh Bear. So I really hope that you can get a hold of a copy and have a read of all those amazing stories at the back that helped inspire Victoria to go out and create her own adventure. And I really hope that you get to have one too. So thank you for joining us and taking some time out on your Sunday to spend a little time with us, learn a little something and enjoy a little story. So that's goodbye from me and goodbye from Pooh Bear. So bye, say bye Pooh. Bye. Bye. Thank you everyone.